Hero Planning to order on Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. Are there any adjustments of the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move on. Okay, approval of the minutes of the October 28th meeting.
I move that we approve the minutes.
Second it.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, they're approved. Okay, correspondence for action and review. The first three all relate to Chip Porter's testimony that we'll be covering later on. The last one, actually, you had sent that around, Pat, and I think it's more informational at this point, but the state apparently is proposing to ease up on some of the rules regarding wetlands. That's how I read it.
Right.
And I don't know if it's something you wanted to talk about or just make people aware that it might be happening.
I wanted to make people aware that it might be happening. And when I went on their website and I looked, one of the areas that was noted for this potential change was our village. I'm not sure what it's called, village district.
Yeah. Yeah.
That area was noted as a place where these changes might be made. And to be honest, I found the whole thing a little confusing, probably because I don't have the experience that all of you have in this area. And so I was going to reach out to a couple of people and have them explain it to me a little bit in terms of what the impact might be. There is a hearing, I believe, on December the 15th and the 16th. And I thought I might try to go to the one
Yeah.
if I can in Montpelier. So anyway,
Well, that would be good. And then, you can report back to us.
They were trying to move that from, or they're going to move it from 50 feet to 25, is that right?
I think that's correct. So
They're kind of the buffer
they're
area.
they're reducing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like it would only if, and again, I'm not an expert, I don't have your all's experience. It looked to me like it would only happen in our village district, which is.
Yeah, right. That's how I gathered it. And it's, all in the state's effort to try to ease regulations regarding housing to encourage the building of new housing.
Yes.
So I understand where they're coming from.
Of course.
Okay, well, if you have a chance to follow up at a future meeting, we'd appreciate it, Pat.
I will definitely follow up in a couple of ways. I will do that for sure.
Yeah, okay.
And I think it would also be important as we move into, our revising or adapting our town plan. Just knowing some of the parameters of the wetland.
Yeah.
Now, was that legislation or is that,
It's pending legislation.
It's pending
It's out for public comment. And
Oh,
that's the
okay.
way, what I understand, yeah.
So it'll probably be in the session this time,
Yeah.
Okay,
Upcoming.
yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for bringing that up, Pat.
Sure.
Talk more about it later. Okay, no visitors. Reports, October ZA activity and zoning recap.
All right. I had, out of building permits, I had 5 permits for sheds. Everyone's building a shed right now.
Yeah.
1 permit for a fence, which is usually not required, but it's over 6 feet tall,
Okay.
so it does require a permit.
Yeah.
And 1 permit for an off-grid solar array, roof mounted and ground mounted. 1 after the fact permit, for a patio that was installed years ago. They needed a certificate of compliance. They had on permanent work, so there again, we might want to think about those after the fact fines.
Yeah, well, again, that's up to the select board to
Yeah.
establish the fees, but we certainly can make recommendations.
Yeah.
And I assume you haven't heard from the folks on Abnaki Road that built.
No, nope, I have to follow up with that.
Yeah.
And then 4 certificates of compliance that I issued. There is a building permit that got canceled on there. I just put it on there because I had issued it and it was in the MMA.
Yeah.
And then I had one zoning complaint that I resolved, so now I only have 1 active zoning complaint.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that's great.
Which one got resolved?
Carolyn Shields,
Oh, okay.
For
Oh,
now.
good. Yeah, good.
if she wants to
Yeah.
further continue her complaint, she has to fill out a new form. So,
Okay, yeah,
so that's it.
great. Any questions or comments on that?
Daniel, do you typically, because I can remember in previous, when you send your stuff out, most of them come with a map, don't they? A map of, even if it's a shed,
Yeah.
they have to do.
Yes, they do.
Is
They
that
only
something
give you
that,
the application
is
page.
would that be problematic? Because it's hard for me to even assess the application without the map, just to see kind of what it's near and what it's not.
I can add that. I mean, a lot
I
of
mean,
times it comes
if
with
it's,
multiple
a pain in the
pages.
neck, is it like it's generally a page, right?
Sometimes it's more, but
Okay.
at least one page, yeah.
If somebody's just adding a shed, that's usually one page, it's just a.
Yeah, I kind of appreciate, because it gives me a context when I read it.
For every permit? You want
Well,
that?
yeah, it's nice to have the map, because you can't say for any kind of building,
Yeah.
shed,
Mhm.
Yeah.
whatever. Accessory, building, it's nice to know.
Can I do like one, like, because I do one hard copy, can I just do one hard copy of that for each meeting?
Well, can you do it you can do it electronically,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, I can do
I
that.
mean, that's all I really,
Okay,
I mean, I don't care if you print it or not, but if you send it on this, then I can take a look at it when I'm reviewing.
yeah, I can do that.
Great. Anything else on zoning? Okay, let's move ahead. So, unfinished business for action or discussion. First, application for municipal planning grant. The application was submitted prior to the deadline on November 3rd. As of this afternoon, we hadn't heard anything. I'm still pretty optimistic that we're gonna end up getting the grant.
He said the beginning of December, which is.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
run the clock, So.
Yeah. So hopefully, that comes through for us and give us a big project for next year. Okay, and then the Chip Porter's testimony and the letter we had last time around from
So,
Carl and the
yeah.
select board.
Yeah, we had that last time.
Yeah, I just,
Yeah.
because we're responding,
Responded.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
included that in the packet. Danielle included it.
And the 75 foot, that's moved, really.
That's, yeah, I mean, we kind of agreed with that. When I talked to Carl, he kind of agreed with that, but it was in Chip's submitted testimony, so yes, that's what addresses. Can you call that document up? Again, I wanted to get something on paper that we could look at and hopefully agree to. I take no offense whatsoever if you want to make a few changes here and there. I just wanted to give us a starting point, so. So, yeah, anyway, so we had Chip's testimony, we had the letter from the select board. And then, fortunately, Greta Brunswick of NRPC had a chance to dig into it. She sent an email, which I assume everybody's seen, which I think was pretty supportive of our position. So anyway, there it is. I tried to kind of directly respond point by point to what Carl brought up, kind of in the same format and everything. So anyway, he asked us specifically to look at the 75-foot setback and then the PUDs in the Shorelands District, and those two bullet points. I think that's what we agreed on last month. And we also agreed that before we finalized our response, that we'd try to get Greta's input, which we've now gotten. So anything in those bullet points that anybody thinks need to be tweaked?
So what is Chip's concern around
Well-
PUDs?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I think what his concern is that I thought maybe we just didn't make it very clear, but I thought his concern was that we were allowing PUDs in the shoreline.
No,
And what we decided was that
no, we're,
if you had a piece of land that had some shoreline, you still had to,
Yeah.
you could do a PUD, but it had to
yeah,
the shoreland piece had to still
be
be relevant.
25% or less and
Correct.
anything.
Yeah.
Well, no, our current regulations do not allow PUDs
Right.
in the shorelands. His position was that we should allow PUDs in the shorelands.
Didn't he,
biased.
Yeah,
didn't he say that that was language that was in the previous town?
yeah, well, that goes back prior to 2014. And they
Right.
were not PUDs, they were PRDs, I
Yeah,
think,
residential.
residential developments.
And that somehow that had gotten omitted. And it was his fault that it was omitted and it shouldn't have been
Well,
omitted, something like that.
well, that's kind of what he said. But again, yeah. You know, I couldn't find anything in our current regulations that will allow it, and I don't think it's a good idea, and I think we as a commission didn't think it was a good idea.
Right.
And then the other point is Greta was heavily involved in both our 2014 development regulations, which are still in force now with a few tweaks we've done along the way. And she was also involved with our town plan. And, you know, if you read her comments, I think she was, like I said, pretty supportive of our position.
Yeah.
So,
We did yeoman's work by
Yeah.
allowing a PUD,
yeah,
even if you had a little bit of land. I think
Right.
that was Warren's
yeah,
thing,
And didn't
which made sense.
the town, the current town plan that we're operating under right now, it speaks about PUDs in both the rural and village,
right,
but not the shoreline.
right.
Okay.
And then I pointed out that, you know, the paragraphs B and C there, that comes directly out of our town plan.
Okay.
Um,
Oops.
So I don't,
Okay, so,
Yeah,
okay,
that-
then let's
yeah.
just move on. So then, the next paragraph, I, just mentioned that Greta had a chance to review it, what her background was.
Right.
And then, the summary, those are the three things specifically that Carl asked us to do. So, we've reviewed the testimony. We've determined that there's no actual conflicts with the, with the statutes. And again, Greta kind of confirmed that. And he asked for a report and here it is, so.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
So you guys would all sign that, huh?
Yep, definitely,
Yes. Yes.
definitely.
All right, well, let's, we can probably sign it, but you could probably print it.
I have it right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, does it still say
It
draft
does
on
still
it?
say draft,
Yeah,
yeah, so never
so-
mind. I can, do you want me to do it now?
Yeah, we can start. Let's,
Or do you want me to just do it after the meeting?
well, let's see, what do we got next?
If we did it now, we'd all sign it.
Yeah, well, I wanted it done before we left, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta, don't do anything I need to take minutes for.
No, we'll talk about the NRPC. Representative. So. No, okay, so I guess we're all done with that. All right, last month I threw out the fact that, it would be nice to fill our vacancy on
Yeah.
NRPC, and I know there was a little side discussion and it sounded like a couple of you might have been interested. Actually, George, you and Pat both. expressed,
Yeah,
you know.
I don't, Pat, where do you stand on that,
Well,
on the?
I did look, their meetings are on Wednesdays, is that correct?
Yeah,
So-
the commissioner meetings are on the last Wednesday of each month.
Yeah, so that's also, I'm on the in Capital Investment Committee for North Hero. That's also
Yeah.
what their meetings are, so uh
So you would have a conflict there.
I would have
so-
a conflict with that, but George, depends what George wants to do. He and I could flip.
Yeah.
Or whatever, whatever.
It's kind of hard for me to make for me, it's a time commitment too. It's not necessarily a conflict, but I went on their website too.
Mhm.
And just a couple of things that kind of struck me as interesting. It's not just the monthly meeting, it's also probably subcommittee work too.
Well, yeah, that,
and
Um,
subcommittee.
Those are
meetings.
all optional, depends on your interest, but if you were on a subcommittee that, you know.
Yeah, and you're on,
another meeting.
you're on the
I'm
executive.
on the executive committee.
So, I mean, part of it, the kind of the assumption, why do you suspect the Regional Planning Commission as each municipality for two representatives? There are a few that are just one.
Well,
And it seems to me it's a real burden on the local municipality to have two people.
well,
And we're talking small towns
Yeah.
like Fletcher, you know.
we don't know, but we don't have to have two people.
Oh, we do.
That's the maximum we can have.
Ah.
Every municipality is allowed.
Satisfy.
Yeah, oh, so we don't need the second person. We're still as representatives.
I see, okay,
With
right.
me,
I didn't
it'll
understand.
be
Oh, I
two.
didn't
Yeah.
understand.
And you only have
Yeah.
one vote, right? As a,
Yeah, we still
Yeah.
only have one
One
vote.
vote.
Okay, so that clears it up.
The thing that would interest me the most, and I've been able to make most of the meetings, but
Yeah.
not all of them, and it would be nice to have somebody that,
So that might be, so let's consider that. I would consider an alternate, I mean, if you weren't available or something like that. Problem is, I'm away for, I mean, do people zoom in?
yeah, oh, yeah,
All right, so you don't
most of
have
their
to drive
meetings
to
are
St.
Zoom.
Albans.
Yeah.
That was another question I had.
They do, typically they do a couple of in-person meetings per year where they encourage people, but you can still zoom into
Okay.
those meetings.
So, I would definitely consider that kind of arrangement, not as a standard going to every meeting.
Okay,
So that would be,
that's how you would.
that's how I could, do it.
Yeah.
And the other thing is my 2-year term is up this term.
Yeah,
So given that I, run again,
Mhm.
and that I would be considered, if you were gonna go with my situation, probably, start the next term,
yeah,
okay?
okay. Well,
Cause I'm on the kind of the tail end of, but the other thing in my head, I think the effort that I see all of us being involved in is, the town plan.
Yeah.
Over the next year or two.
right.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess if I were gonna make a recommendation to the select board to appoint somebody to fill that vacancy, I'd prefer to have somebody that's
Yeah.
gonna be a regular attendee, so.
You also represent us at the select board meetings too? Who represents us?
Well, I mean, I go to a lot of
Or
select.
do
board-
they generally have a liaison person to us?
Oh,
Because who's the guy that was Ben,
Joseph?
yeah, wasn't he kind of the liaison to the,
Well, that's because he was a.
he was on, so,
yeah, he's the one that convinced me I should join. It
okay.
was before I was ever on the planning commission.
But there's typically a select board representative to each of the
No, it
no?
doesn't have to be. Some of the commissioners are
Okay.
also on the select board, but
Okay,
no, I mean, can be anybody. And just to be clear, it's totally up to the select board to
Yeah.
make the appointment, but they would
Okay.
obviously listen to the planning commission if we were to make a recommendation.
okay,
When I accepted the position, I never even talked to the planning. I was not on the planning commission at the time. I never even talked to our planning commission.
oh, really?
I just went
Okay.
directly through
Hmm.
because, Ben
Yeah.
twisted my arm.
Mhm.
They left.
Yep, so,
Okay.
okay, let's, well, then, I guess, as you people, talk to folks around town, I mean, it would be nice to fill that other slot, I mean,
yeah.
it's not if you look, there's a few towns that have 0 representatives and haven't had any representatives for a while now.
Albert,
Uh,
they don't have anybody at least.
city or town?
I
Cause
don't-
yeah, you got Alberg City, Alberg Town, you got Swanton Town, Swanton Village,
no.
you got Alberg Village.
Yeah.
Alberg, yeah, so,
I did not know.
yeah, those different municipalities. No, I'm talking about, I can't remember off the top of my head, Fletcher maybe. or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Montgomery,
Yeah,
Hmm.
have not had any commissioners for some time.
but there is, that was, so that is interesting. So there is really only one vote from each
Yeah.
formal municipality.
And there's a lot of, some of the more important things, they need to have 60% vote. And approving the regional plan. I think they just made it by one vote that
Wow.
night.
Wow.
So,
Wow. They do have a lot of interesting committees,
yeah, oh, yeah.
I do.
in terms of if you wanted to learn lots more about the different areas that the planning commission is involved in. A
Yeah.
lot. It's pretty interesting.
And I would have sent this out earlier. I just got an email from Catherine, basically asking if she, in their annual report for North Hero, whether they could have a little tribute to Mike, and I said, absolutely. But I'll just go through this is in their report of what they've done for the town of North Hero in the past year. Provided administration and coordination services for Grand Isle County Mutual Aid. Provided planning and zoning technical assistance, that's Danielle. Supported the Northwest Communication Union District, in which North Hero is a member. Consulted with local officials, identified projects, and provided technical assistance to municipal roads, grants, and aid construction projects. I know they've worked directly with Tracy. Several of those things. Delivered presentation and consulted with local officials regarding possible projects that would address water quality concerns. Assisted the fire chief with seeking funding for the new fire station. Provided the 2025 V-Trans highway and community maps. Wrote a municipal planning grant application to update the town plan. We know about that. Collaborated with the planning commission and select board on regional future land use mapping for the 2026 to 2032 Northwest Regional Plan update. Worked with the mitigation planning team to update the hazard mitigation plan, and I was on that committee, and one of the guys from NRPC attended pretty much all of our meetings and helped us along. And then assisted with the local review of the draft FEMA flood insurance plan maps and related data. So that's just the things they've done for North Hero in the past year. So
They
good
do-
organization. It's the closest that Vermont has to a county government.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Okay, well, we'll leave that open, but again, if you know of anyone that might be interested in that, love to have some company.
Let George and I talk about it again. We didn't really. do
Okay,
it.
yeah,
We haven't
okay.
really,
Not communicate. So we let us do that.
Okay, yeah, then we'll
We'll
table
do it
that.
before the next
next
meeting.
meeting.
I
All
promise.
right. Okay. So we're actually getting to the end. So let's talk about the next meeting. I think, if we were to have it, it would be on the 23rd, just before Christmas. I think most recent years, we've canceled the December meeting, and I would be in favor of that, but.
I,
All those in favor?
Thank you. Aye.
Aye. Okay, so we will
And
not have.
Danielle's voting. Danielle, are you voting? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so there will be no meeting in December. We'll come back all fully charged in January, hopefully to attack the town plan update.
Will
and
you
we should
let
know
us
by.
know?
Yeah.
You let us know if our grant gets approved.
I will
Before-
send out an email. It's actually, the main contact for the town of North Hero is actually Kyle Racca.
Oh, really?
Yeah, chair of the select board had to actually submit.
When did he say we would hear? I know he said they say they'll tell you in December, but they really typically don't.
Well, I'm expecting that we're gonna hear in December.
Yeah, something.
Yeah,
And I think he said too, there weren't a lot of applications.
right. No, again, I feel pretty optimistic, but we
And
shall see.
do they approve it as submitted or do they amend it as they see fit?
Oh, I think they would approve it as submitted, and the big thing for us, it's the dollars that get
Right.
approved. And, you know,
Yeah.
we asked about that, if we
Yeah.
move
And-
things around, which is fine, yeah.
And one last question, are we obligated then to spend the dollars in exactly the way that the application outlined them?
you could move.
Yeah, we
Move
move,
them around.
we're obligated to, for a 10% match.
No, I know, but are we obligated? In other words, if they allocated so much money for one activity and another amount of money for a second activity, are we obligated to spend the money in that fashion?
No,
Okay,
it's just, you just gotta look at the bottom line, I think.
okay,
and-
okay, just was curious. Okay, thank you.
So, so again, assuming that, that's gonna be our big effort next year, I'd just ask everybody in the meantime to take a look at our current town plan. I think we kind of agreed that we'd use that as the baseline and, update it, which, but if we, we feel strongly, I mean, we can start out with a clean slate too. There's a lot of things in our current town plan that I like. There's some things, well, there's a lot of things that are now out of date.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think, and just my thoughts before we get started, there's a big push from the state on, new housing and everything, but I think we gotta recognize right up front, and it kind of goes back to the document Mike Curtis did, I guess it's been
Yeah.
almost 2 years,
Yeah.
limits to growth. I mean, we don't even have a school anymore.
Right.
The commute to where people work is pretty long.
Yeah, things have changed.
Yeah.
And even the age, just the age demographic.
Exactly,
really
and
changed.
half of our properties are considered vacant
Yeah,
because they're seasonal.
Yeah. yeah.
And we are the fourth oldest town in Vermont in terms of
Yeah.
age of population, not including me. I'm not one of
Yeah,
them.
well, yeah, no, me neither, me neither.
You know what might be interesting for some of us newcomers, like, that really don't have a history in North Hero, is somebody coming in the short term,
Mhm.
sometime soon, that we could, one or two or three people that could give us a little bit of a historical perspective
Yeah.
of North Hero and the town planning, that have a
Yeah.
sense of the previous.
If you read our town plan, there's a good
There is a
section on the
section.
history, so, but yeah.
But that doesn't really tell the story.
Yeah,
You know what
no,
I
I
mean?
hear you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's kind of a summary of it, but, the more I've learned about the background, it is, it's really an interesting,
It is,
it's quite interesting in terms of the priorities.
That's a really good idea.
yeah,
I like that.
we do have a town historian.
Well, yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Who's that?
Tracy
Mary
Giroux.
Jane Healy?
yes, Mary Jane Healy.
Oh, yeah.
But also Tracy knows everything.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
She'd be my
Tracy's-
first person.
Tracy-
yeah, oh, that, yeah.
And Mike Murdoch knows.
Mike has been around a long time. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that I was at a historical meeting that Tracy was leading, and we were in one of the 6 little rural schools
Mhm.
in North Hero. I don't know how
Yeah,
many.
that's pretty cool.
That was really cool just to get a sense of what this place was like
Yeah, yeah,
back when, it had all these little common schools and neighborhoods and
Yeah.
people feeling really connected. So anyway.
yeah,
That's a
that's a great way to start.
Terrific idea. And I also had a question. Do we know is there any town that has like the very best town plan? Is there anyone like as an example? Just to read, I know we're different. I understand that.
There may be, I can't say I've read a lot of the other town plans, but
I know that it doesn't really fit with North Hero, but
Yeah.
there was an award given out to the best town plan, and I think it was the city of Montpelier.
yeah,
Oh, I read that.
Yeah, and they have like YouTube videos, like they have interactive stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because I'm on tape here, but my daughter lives in Montpelier, and I would have guessed Montpelier having one of the worst town plans, the way that town is.
yeah,
I mean, honestly, when I read that they had the best town, so what the heck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually pretty great.
Yeah.
It's really like.
It's probably a great town plan, but I kind of think that it's
Not followed?
not responding to the people that live there.
right,
in the way
that's
that
the
it should.
big thing.
It's not responding to the people that live there, and everybody's pissed off there
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
The roads.
Well, that's
uh,
because they have so many lawyers, with all due respect.
They do. They
It's a high population of
That's
voters.
exactly the reason. They've got way too, and a lot of these 60s and 70s, trust fund.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
son call them Mont Peculiar, but okay, now I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've always referred to it.
But it is funny that that one got rated.
Yeah, yeah.
I would imagine there'd be some community in Vermont that is similar to our profile.
Yeah.
That might be.
Well,
a
that'd be
good
a question for
example.
NRPC, because they've been involved in a lot of, at least, you know,
Yeah.
the northwest
Absolutely.
part of the state, so.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll pose that or we can pose that question once we get started, is there a better template than just updating our existing plan?
Yeah, I'm just, curious if there's something that's, was more
Yeah.
expensive or, more engaging, like, George was saying, did a better job of engaging a lot of different people.
That, to me, that's the key, is to get as much, public input as we can.
Great.
And that'll be up to all of us to encourage that.
Yep.
As we move through the process. Okay, well, I guess, that's it for tonight. So agenda, pretty much, town plan moving forward. So, anybody got any announcements they want to make?
Sign that?
Yeah.
You print
Yeah.
it out?
Danielle,
Uh,
how do you
we
want
can email it to you, Pat. And you can
I
sign it.
Yeah, we're gonna get back on Saturday, so
Or if you want to stop by the office and.
yeah, worst
Yeah.
case, I can come in on Monday. Would that be okay?
Sure,
Inside.
I'll leave it on my desk for you and let Corinne and Lisa know, so when you come in, they'll know where to.
Oh,
send you.
I will do that first thing.
Do you think we can convince, Warren to sign it, even though he wasn't here?
We'll just forge his name.
Okay.
Let Dave do it. This is one of his.
No, I didn't. I think Diane made it, man. I've been in Chet there, I know that.
I know that, Mr. Glenn, yeah,
Did you?
yeah,
Yeah, you didn't have Diane?
no,
No.
You had Brad as a
Mrs.
team?
Walsh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You had Brad?
She wasn't there when I was there.
no,
No, I was up for a week and then.
Yeah, it's small little.
Okay. Make a motion to adjourn?
I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned at, 7:33. Didn't quite make it, Danny.
Pretty